In Gurren Lagann, they was living in the trenches. And not Oregon, where I'm at, you know, the hood. They was in the real trenches like the Vietnamese in World War II. These boys were underground. There's our main character, Simone, and to be honest, he gets no bitches.
Ew, look, it's Simone the digger.
Excuse me? What did she just call me? But more importantly, there's Kamina. He's like the cooler older brother y'all never had, or maybe the dad you never have. Depends if you're black or not, to be honest. But this man stayed giving out free game. Yo, bro, forget them chopped. Believe in the me that believes in you. Cause I believe one day you're gonna drill your way to heavens when you gonna make it out for real. Lord have mercy, man. He was really just out here supporting Twin no matter what, man. He had Simone's back the way the birdhouse got my back for real, you know, be locked in. They then tried to escape the underground by kidnapping a bunch of these pigs and making them into a rocket. They said, prepare for trouble, make it double, Team Rocket's blasting off again. But then we heard, boo, nigga, and it was her chief. Smacked them right in the face, they ain't going nowhere. It really encompassed all the wacky energy in Gurren Lagann. But the dialogue and amazing dub too showed some serious moments.
You ain't never gonna make it, Twin. There is no surface.
I've seen it myself. There's freedom, femboys, and foot jobs. I have to have it.
Nigga, that's cap. Your dad was a capper too, and that's why he's dead, and there's no food for cappers.
The way he was describing the surface, hey, I need to go there too. Hey, send me the invite. But Kamina's whole gang folded over some food besides Simone. This anime really shows one of the best brotherhoods in fiction. When you hear more about why they want to see the surface, you start to respect them even more. Eventually, the ceiling is destined to fall on all of them because of earthquakes. So why waste his life waiting for everyone to die when he can free them instead? But that night, Simone went to go dig in the ground some more when he came across a giant face in the ground. It had his neck turning green too. At first, I thought he was rocking that ice from the mall. That fake chain from the mall will have your neck looking like the Hulk. Yo, I swear when I was in middle school, kids used to pull up with this chain, bruh. Who is you fooling with a diamond plug chain? Get off your mom Amazon account, bro. You did not buy that. But he was so excited, he went to break Kamina out of jail just to show him. Yo, bro, I just found some crazy loot. You gotta pull up. Twin, that's a jailbreak though. Nah, bro, you gotta pull up. Shit. Say less, Twin. I'm pulling up right now. Let's go. Bro folded under zero pressure. He didn't even try to serve his sentence. Bro out here serving time like SpongeBob. But they're on their way and they hear some,
oh, hell no. Y'all better get that TK sentencing, and he been in there forever.
Bro, all they did was walk around. I have no idea why this old man was so mad. But the way them lights flickered on reminds me of when your dad come in your room, you talking about some, turn it off, now. Why, yes, General, I will do as told immediately, my sire. He was beating this man Kamina, and he didn't even fold. Until the ground started shaking, it was the earthquake that was destined to happen. This right here is crazy for real though, because it means they have a rod wave in their universe too, and he just fell down right on top of them. But Kamina didn't panic. He was hyped. Like, where the hell he got these glasses from? Bro took this time to Orifon? Ain't no way he's posing, while at least 20 dudes just got turned into some crepes, left looking like some Tom and Jerry characters. But what fell down wasn't Dave Blunt's fat ass, it was some giant animatronic causing absolute chaos. Nobody was trying to fight that, and I do not blame them. But Kamina? Nah, he was not scared. He kicked bro's sword and made it dance around his neck like bro literally just equipped a sword like a 4PF chain. Then he started talking crazy to the robot. Hey, cuz, get your clinker ass out my section, boy. Use a wire back. I don't like you shockies. Nah, he was probably about to get turned to a 5-star meal, but this girl comes flying down, blasting at the mech with her sniper rifle. That's Yoko, and the way she landed, I've had a crush on her for over 10 years now, and I never lost feelings. Hey, you like niggas with Squirtle Squad glasses or not? Bro started spitting game mid-fade with her, and I ain't gonna lie, I kinda agree. You need to shoot that shot sometimes, even if you gon' miss. Almost got them killed though, I'm not gonna lie. Lucky my boy Simone came in, moving like the miner from Clash Royale. He brought them back to the mech he found the other day, and they decided to hop inside of it. Bro was looking like King Koopa riding around in this little fishbowl. Now, why they had King Koopa moving around in that Eggman mobile though? That shit crazy. It really had a V12 engine though. They was out here flying. They pulled up on this man, and Simone was out here going Super Saiyan with his mech. It was literally peak, bro. They smacked him out the tunnel. Adios, Jiha village. We're going to the surface. What Kamina said would happen is what happened. Simone drilled his way all the way to the heavens. In the first episode alone, we got to see all this beauty, man. I've said it time and time again, but I don't like mech anime at all. Besides this one though, this one get the pass from you, okay? Keep it on the low though, keep it on the low. But there's a reason people aren't out on the surface. There's killer robots called gunmen out everywhere on land, and they hunt humans for no reason too. They don't eat them or anything. They just demons, bro. They just don't like niggas. But Kamina loved all of this. He was down to fight them with just the sword he stole. But it turns out that girl Yoko had a whole team, and they was moving like the SWAT. We gotta see what's inside the mechs too. do is something called beastmen. They pull up every day when the sun rises just to terrorize some humans. But today, it was them that got terrorized, not gonna lie to you. This show had the perfect mix of wacky and serious. Like, what you mean monsters are driving monsters versus humans driving monsters? What's going on here, twin? This how you know men are simple, man. I just want to see something cool. Watching them see the stars though for the first time, it was amazing, I ain't gonna lie, it was kind of beautiful. Next day, the gunman spent back for the fade, and it was looking like they was gonna get exterminated. But my boy Kamina said, nah, I like that mech right there, I'ma need that. He was finna use the GTA method on someone and take they mech. Crazy idea, bro. How you gonna rip him out of there? Simone pulled up swooping this man as he jumped into the air, and he said, it was them. Every time there was a tremor, they caused the earthquakes. So my boy was on demon time. Simone was running straight for bro when they had to dodge this punch, but bro was quick with it, okay? So he dodged another hit and made this man punch his own boss. I know damn well his ass is fired. He'll be clocking out before the fight is even over, because he let Kamina pull up and say, get out now. Threw this man from the top of his own mech. He should have died from fall damage alone right here. How you finna let some random dude rob you out your mech when you have a mech? He then hit them boys with a who the hell do you think I am kick and the hands off my brother punch. I'm not even lying, by the way, he really chose these names. But even more real though, because he didn't steal Simone's kills. He threw this man like a baseball and destroyed all their shit. The duo was moving crazy, like Peter Bot and Pollo in grand finals. But later that day, they decided to name their robots Gurren and Lagann. Later that night though, Kamina found the body of his father on the surface.
You didn't wait.
This dub right here is hidden, bruh. I don't want to hear that, why are you showing dub clips? But use that. Stop that shit, bruh. But this was the first time we see Kamina show any emotion besides cockiness. It showed this wacky show has real consequences. Unfortunately, since they aren't diggers anymore, they have to get jobs, and that means collecting food. So my man Kamina had to shoot down some type of rabbit thingy, and when he goes to collect it, he sees 2 arrows. Then somehow manages to dodge another arrow, acting like he got the shotgun gun or something. I don't know how he did this. Then he ups the blicky, looking into the grass, and started blasting, but there was someone behind him, and they were lurking. He tried to sneak Kamina and still didn't do any damage, so he had a blast on him. This is B-roll from the Human Eradication Forces. The who, my brother? The beastmen moving like that? How you got a job out here and you're still hunting down rabbits? Are they paying you in Monopoly money? Kamina wasn't hearing bro at all. He said he needs that fate immediately. He was trying to fight someone in the Human Eradication Association. My man, what is wrong with you? He ran up and almost put this man in a montage. Tried to knock his head off, but instead he 200 pumped some grass. Unfortunately, this dude V-Roll has been training his whole life for this moment. They was going back and forth, but look at his hit right here. Both legs in the air? He was trying to get him gone. But Kamina almost took his head off, so at this point, he said he was gonna kill bro. Running up, but look at Simone, moving like a demon. This might be jump scare of the year. He was really sliding right here. This man started running away, saying he finna get his mech. So Simone and Kamina did the same thing. Unfortunately though, Vero was moving different. He bodied Kamina. But why does he look like a broke Sanji? Like this right here is Sanji if Zeph never saved him. Like this is starving Sanji. But he was literally lifting Kamina, then kicking this man out the air with the combo. So Kamina stuck Simone's Lagann into his head and fused. The Dragon Ball fusion with a mech, now that's busted. That's when we gotta see the true power of Lagann. Anything it drills, it takes over and improves. Just like me, the almighty, sexy, handsome Shine Master. So let me drill you so you can improve. You know what I'm saying? Let me drill you. Hey, sometimes to crack, you gotta get cracked. But the fusion had them locked in. They pulled up on Vero, then punched this man's head off, and then snatched his hat and put it on himself. To customize your character mid-fade is crazy. But then they beat him with his own armor equipped. They damn near punched the dinner out his stomach. So he started running and went home packing. After this, they had their mechanic look at Lagann, and they found where their headquarters is. So Kamina, Yoko, Simone, and the mechanic went off to defeat them. While on their journey, Kamina starts being attacked by what I thought was a beastman. They pull up and surround Simone, and it turns out they're actually some baddies. I started licking the screen. I'm sorry. These guys are the black siblings. But wait, they're not these guys are actually cool people, and they walk with Team Daiguren. They was all filling up on Kamina, and their brother was hating, I don't know why. They tried to catch some dinner, but only ended up finding some nonsense. They tried to dig into whatever the hell you call this, but it turns out it was actually 6 different beastmen. Once Kamina heard the word beastman, he turned into a demon and put them boys on a shish kebab. Then Team Daiguren and the black siblings split ways, but they some real homies for real, y'all gonna see them soon. They continue making their way to the beastman's base when suddenly they fall through the ground. And it's another underground city, but this time they are mad weird. They somehow got Yoko to join the KKK, but chill, that's my girl, bruh. She don't got no internet, bruh. She don't be knowing better, bruh. But yeah, they was down there like sacrificing children to random gunmen. Their chief was making up anything. Bro was straight lying. He was reading a scripture for them, and it turned out he can't even read the whole time. No joke, bro lies more than LeBron. To save the kids, Team Gurren takes him to the surface. If you ask me though, let them kids die. They're already hunting for some nonsense dinner, bruh. Like, we can't be feeding them, bruh. They was out here eating the dinner where people be like,
You ain't black if you never had this.
no, I've never had fried goat eyes with chicken feet and horse cock. But after leaving the underground, they got lost in a bunch of fog until they found this random hotel here. It's ran by some creepy old lady and a bunch of baddies that is feeding them and trying to get freaky with me. Yes, me, the big Eustace, through the screen, bruh. I can feel it. They want me, bruh. But while they was taking a bath, it turns out the whole bathhouse was actually a gunman, and they literally swallowed them out the bath and then pissed them out. But you won't believe who the actual villain is that had me dead, bruh. Ain't no way they beefing with that big bad wolf, bro. Are we serious right now? They started running from bro, butt booty naked. I knew that view was crazy from behind. They made it back to Gurren Lagann though, but y'all forgot about the no ducking face policy by Kamina. So he made the craziest jump I have ever seen and turned into Chris Breezy. He went up in there and punched like 20 girls, then decided to get back in his mech. This man pulled out his trademark glasses weapon, brand new, and killed everyone involved for this tragedy. I mean, they made him run butt booty naked and balls out, so honestly, it's not ridiculous to beat them, then bomb them, to be honest. But then after that, Vero came back to finish what they started.
But first things first. Put some clothes on!
Even he wouldn't cross that line of stripping down his ops and making them run butt booty naked. Instead of them going to the Beastmen, this whole time, the Beastmen have been coming towards them. They're all under the Spiral King, and this is one of their generals. He started blasting my boy Kamina too. They threw the Gurren Lagann into the sky, but this is actually exactly what they wanted. They started using all the flames and came down on fire, landing on Vero's face, kicking that boy and bouncing his head off the ground. I know my brother didn't just use Brave Bird from Pokemon. I don't know how he got thrown into the air and cooked, but he did. Unfortunately, after that, they smacked that man and started playing patty cake with the Gurren Lagann. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was actually looking bad until the black siblings pulled up and they have gunmen now. This right here is where we're gonna see a 200 IQ play on the Beastmen. They ran to the edge of this cliff, then pulled out a massive drill and started breaking the ground, making their entire ship fall down. But the Beastmen were pissed after this. They said for the rest of their life, they're gonna be on that ass and promise Kamina's death. But they was not worried because the black siblings are here and Yoko's old team came to slide for them. They make a plan that they're going to steal their big ship tomorrow and make it their base. Using Simone's Lagann, they can take it over by fusing as long as he's locked in because his Lagann runs off fighting spirit and determination. That night, Yoko tells Kamina that she believes in him and they exchange a kiss with Kamina promising to return it later. But Simone sees this, and of course he likes her, and he's hurting. Shit, I like her too, bruh. She's a 2D drawing from my childhood, and I still love her. So the next day, they catch the base lacking, and throw a bunch of rocks down on them. Kamina then jumps on top, catching a fate with Vero once again. While their plan is going perfectly, Simone is laying on top of the ship, and tries to fuse it and take over. The mission truly was flawless. I can't lie, this right here was a 200 IQ play. I remember back in my day, I did this to the ops one time too. Yo, meanwhile, Kamina already became better at fighting than Vero, and his bum ass been training for this his whole life. But unfortunately, there was one problem. Like I said, Lagann runs on Simone's determination, and with Yoko hurting his feelings, he couldn't fully control the base. He was full on selling in grand finals. He needed to lock in, so Kamina literally pulled up on this man, crashing his mech, running up on feet, just to slap this man in his face. And this actually made him lock in, and he got full control of the base. I was rooting for the team like I was on the team. But also, damn, did he have to hit him that hard? Like, then punch the taste out of his mouth. But Kamina went back to his mech when they snuck this man. They were spawn camping on his mech, and they actually started jumping this man too. This right here was a hard watch because I feel like he was my bro too. Almost had me tearing up for real. The whole crew felt this death. It was like watching Whitebeard die in Marineford. Simone couldn't control himself, bro was losing his mind, he almost killed all the Beastmen and all his team too. Bro was fully crashing out. But Kamina got back up and said, who the hell do you think I am? Had to make bro lock in once again. He made them combine one more time. And they ran up on this whole entire team, sending out like 20 drills and blowing all them boys up. People were out here shooting Kami and Mama from Dragon Ball, and they was out here blocking that shit. Then they mega evolved, sending this man back to the lobby. But there's a reason I said fuse one more time. Kamina said, later bro. And yes, my goat died that day. It was a terrible day for Rain. Rest in peace to Kamina, bruh. This right here is a crazy plot twist. But after this battle, the Spiral King gets word to Simone and what he did to his generals, so he sends out some demons. But low-key, Team Gurren is up right now. They have the old massive general base, but they still have some problems. Simone becomes a bum of a leader, and he doesn't get any respect around that ship. But that's when they started getting attacked by some beastmen. Simone went out there to fight, and he was putting in some work, but this nigga ain't been the same since we lost bro. And yes, I was on the team for real, bro. I was on the team. This man couldn't even control Lagann anymore. He was just pressing buttons out here. Eventually, he lost control and threw himself off a cliff. Like, bro, how do you accidentally jump off a cliff? But down there, he finds a mythical chest, and all that's inside is W buns. It's a girl named Nia. His team somehow managed to hold down the ship while he was gone, and he takes Nia back to the crib. Not gonna lie, this right here is a top 10 couple. It was looking like he was gonna have a major comeback, but he only got more schizophrenic. Dude was beefing with a robot while a general was pulling up to kill them all. But Nia ran out there and said, "It's me, Princess Nia, daughter of the Spiral King," and this made her freeze up like she was frozen. She went right back home after this, and she went to report back to the Spiral King. He said, "What? I don't care about that girl. Go back there and kill them." Bro discarded his own daughter for no reason. So she went out and came right back the next day. I mean, damn, she ain't wasting no time. He got the most efficient workers. At this point, Nia was about to die, and Simone couldn't do anything. He literally threw Lagann away. It was sitting in the trash, like my homies' albums, right where they belong. Music ain't for everyone, guys. Team Gurren had to run them together and jump that general. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know who Adine was feeling like, but she is a bum throughout this whole show. At this point, Simone got even worse. Without bro and Lagann, everyone gave up on him besides Nia. But not having Simone as their leader was their absolute downfall, because they got a call from some girls and they were like, please, you have to save us. The gunmen are mean and they are coming for us. And this man became Captain Save-A-Ho. Brother, how would people underground have radios to talk to you? How did you fall for this? They put up to save these girls from their village, and once they were on the ship, what do you think happened? The beastmen were cosplaying like literal femboys. Bro tried to fight the bullets and was left tap dancing. So at this point, they took over the ship and put everyone in jail. Niggas just fell for the worst trick since your shoes are untied. While they're in jail crying, Simone did what Simone does best and started digging a way out the jail cell. Then he pulled up in Lagann and took back their ship. With him getting his girl back, he got his life back. All you need in life sometime is a baddie at your side and you will be back. With him finally getting motion, his team finally accepts him as not a loser with no emotion. But now, the beastmen are even more mad because they keep on winning. So this time, they pulled up with a bunch of jets, moving like the Air Force out here. But Lagann, nah, he was ready for all this. He had the main ship throw him into the air, then use his drills like Spider-Man, swinging off these ships while blowing them up. But this right here is the coolest part. He literally stole the broken planes and fused them to make himself a jetpack. Meanwhile, for his main ship, they ran up this hill, then did a stage dive of Dave Blunt's taking down the ship. After this, there was nothing to do besides slide on the Spiral King and put him in his place. And I ain't gonna lie, he was low-key a bum. He was always talking like, "You dare question me?" And niggas kept questioning him and he never did shit, bro. So they pulled up right outside the Spiral King's base and didn't fold. I'm not gonna cover any of his Team Rocket level generals because they were so trash and boring. They just kept coming back to do nothing. Simone pulled up like it was Jetpack Joyride and started playing Space Invaders with all their ships. He was out here eradicating the beastmen with a bunch of drill rockets. He wasn't wasting any time sliding on the Spiral King either. Bro had that Apex Legends Pro movement flying through the air. Eventually, they sent a bomb at him, and this man grabbed it in the air, then threw it right back at them. Simone flew to the Spiral King's personal room and asked for that fate immediately. But Vero pulls up and says he'll stop Simone. Oh, brother, get him off. I had enough, bro. I've had enough. Stop, bro. Because this right here was sick. The Spiral King's chair moves down, and this man literally has his own version of Lagann. He has a mech called Lagann. He then started running up on them, and then boys was really boxing. They was clashing with their fists, they was clashing with their heads, it was getting personal. But this man was using his drills like they was some whips. He was low-key saucing Simone. Simone tried to use his special move to finish bro off early, but this man really a demon. He ate the drill. He really had the masterclass of Simone's Lagann. It wasn't looking too good for bro, especially when he uppercut them boys, then put a hole in Lagann pretty much everywhere. But Simone started saying that peak to get everyone back on board. He said believe in the Simone that believes in you. They really cooking with this saying right here, I ain't gonna lie, it hits hard. Simone tried to shoot himself out the Gurren Lagann and land on Lagann to fuse with it and take it from the Spiral King, but this man hit the self-destruct button and exploded one of his arms. He also caught bro like a Pokemon, so I knew that plan was doomed. They ended up going for a finishing blow, tip to tip, pause bro, you know what I meant, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, Simone won this exchange. And Telly said, fine, I'll do it myself. Yes, bro hopped out the gunman and started boxing up Lagann by himself, like he's some type of heavyweight champion. Simone tried to hang with bro, but he's literally on fire, bro, he's him. Eventually, he ripped Simone out Lagann, and it was looking like he was cooked, until he stabbed him in the chest with the drill bit. That right there is how he smoked the Spiral King, blowing a hole through his chest. He literally blew this man's entire chest out and his stomach. He was looking like a hollow from Bleach, but I gotta say, he spit some absolute game before he died. He said killing him is their biggest mistake, and once a million monkeys are on the Earth's surface, they will see what a mistake they made. Now, watching this for the first time, I had no idea what he meant, but if I covered part 2, you would already know this man is cooking. I feel like the Spiral King could have been a way bigger character. It just feels like every time he was on screen, bro was saying a bunch of nothing. He was just saying words just to say them, bro, to be honest. If he had a cool saying or anything before he fought Simone, then I would respect him, but that fight carries his whole career. 7 years later, Simone has rebuilt the world and happily married to Nia. Yes, I'm telling you, 100%, this right here is where the show ends, guys. Yeah, I promise you, this is where the show ends, bro, okay? I promise, okay? Nothing bad happens, okay? Alright, fine, man. This right here is only half of the show. If you want me to cover part 2, then I will at your request, if this video does well, okay? But yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of it, to be honest. I think it's alright, but nothing like the first half, okay? I really love the first half.
I used to be into edging, but then I found out about Goonie.
Yes!
And I'm into black girls because I'm not Goonie. My meat